Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I really appreciate you taking our time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. So today we're back on a fighting game. And this fighting game is really important to me for multiple reasons. And I'll kind of give you a breakdown of those in just a moment. But, you know, everybody knows about this game. It was huge when it came out, huge when it hit arcades, huge when it hit consoles, and still going today. So we're here to talk about Soul Calibur. Now, the reason why I say this game marks a really important time for me is because when I played Soul Calibur, and we're talking about the Dreamcast version, but when I finally played that, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't think we're going back to the arcades anymore, because prior to that, every fighting game I played, it was like, okay, this is cool. I wonder what the arcade version is like, because it was always like the arcade version had the better version. You know, there was always something extra about it. Like the Street Fighter, the new challengers, well, Super Turbo was only in the arcades. You know, you couldn't get that until like PlayStation. So Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast, when I played it, I'm like, yeah, this is the exact same game I played in the arcade. Like there's no difference to me. We're not going back to the arcade like that. And obviously by then arcades were, you know, on its last leg anyway, but you know, that game really solidified it for me. Besides the fact that, I mean, Soul Calibur, just a fantastic 3D fighter, like, you know, the best weapons fighter game, clearly, right? Especially 3D. Now, you know, argument could be made for Samurai Showdown, especially the last one, and I understand, but just saying, standard, you think about fighting game where they're using weapons, you think about Soul Calibur. And for me, this is like, you know, Soul Edge, great game. Told you about it in the video, but Soul Calibur was definitely like this whole, I don't know, man. It just felt like this was the next step. This was the next phase. We were here, and you know, they got it right. Everything about it, characters, all the people I knew from Soul Edge or Soul Blade, you know, were there in some form or fashion, and then adding the extra characters when you beat the game, like just, I mean, all of the costumes, like just everything about this game was just, I mean, incredible. Game still feels fluid and smooth, and you know, nearly as enjoyable as the first time I played it. Like it's that type of game. And in the series, to me, only got better for the next like 3 games. It got kind of weird in the middle, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, this was like one of those jumping off points where it was like, okay, yeah, we got to check for Soul Calibur every time. Like I had enjoyed Soul Edge, but never owned it, right? I played it at somebody's house, but Soul Calibur, yeah, you gotta have a copy of that. It was like that. It became, you know, the level of like, I gotta have some version of Street Fighter. I gotta have some version of Mortal Kombat. Gotta have a version of Soul Calibur, and you know, enjoy a lot of battles, a lot of funny stories. You know, just going at it. Mitsurugi putting in work most of the time. You know, I took a few L's, but not really, not for the most part. You know, I was holding it down. At least in my mind, I was. But I mean, all the characters are really, really great in this game. Like, obviously, I played Mitsurugi, Cervantes. This was the first game I started playing like a non-sword person. So like Keelik is one of my favorite characters. I really love that character. Love his move set. I know he's an extension of like Song Mina, but he is different too at the same time. He's got his own flair to it. And I like this get down a little more. So, yeah, and like I said, this was just that type of game where, you know, everybody had a person. The one thing I always said about Soul Calibur in difference to Tekken was like, there was never an Eddie Gordo person. Now Maxie's close, but I won't say he's full Eddie Gordo status. He's close though. I will say I'm watching you. If you pick Maxie, I'm kind of looking at you, just not a complete side eye, but kind of, you know. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who are your favorite characters? What memories do you have? Whether it's the arcade, whether it's the Dreamcast, does not matter. Yeah, always appreciate the feedback and hearing how these games impacted you very similarly to the way they impacted me. So definitely had to do that for Soul Calibur. As always, appreciate you checking out the video. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.